Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon. I don't know where you are. I don't know which country you are. Yes, this is Kate, Wambugu Apples, the apple ambassador. Sorry, I'm so tired doing that as usual, as you can see. So I had to remove my cape so that you see it's Wambugu Apple ambassador. This is Kate. So we are going to walk together as a journey. We are starting of A to Z of Wambugu Apples. So many times I've been showing you the success of Wambugu Apple, but this time we are starting on this empty land. It's a new land that you have just purchased. So we are going to start a new or an A to Z of Wambugu Apple. I will explain why A to Z of Wambugu Apple. The first thing to do, because we are starting from A, because of course A is a start. Before we get to Z, I'll be showing you my A, my B, my H, my Y, and my Z. When I get to Z, I think that's where we'll be. Many people maybe like in Kenya, because I know there are people in Kenya, in different parts of Kenya, different counties. Now my Z definitely will be the market. Maybe somebody will be stranded where to sell the tree, I mean the apples after planting the trees. So we are going to work together. And I think why I thought of this is because so many people are very new in apple farming. Like my father, who is Wambugu, did this since 1985. And here we are, as now the kids are doing the same. So we have a little experience, but there are people who have no experience. They have no idea. They have nothing. Like my friend in Nigeria, someone I saw trees and he buried the trees because, you know, Nigeria, they do cassava and they do a tellers, and then you put in the stem of a cassava down, then you put it the soil. Then the cassava will start shooting up, but the apple is different. So that's why I decided I'm going to do from scratch to Z, from A to Z. So the first thing to do to a farm like this, which is very new, and you can see this is like Kipia, as I always say, because seeing the other farm that I've been showing is near this one, so we had to buy next to it because of the water. So the first thing to consider is fencing, because without fencing, your trees can be eaten by goats, can be eaten by cows, or even the people passing by enter and pick some few fruits and move on. And remember, we are doing agribusiness, so you need to protect your properties, or you need to protect your farm. So the first thing you do is you make sure that there is fence in your farm, if it's a new farm. Then the other thing definitely is a toilet, because if you have people like we do have people here, definitely because of hygiene they need. So that's something now separate you need to consider. Then the second thing, you make sure that water resource is there. Like as you can see down there back at my back, there's a dam that we have put there. Is lucky enough we got a farm that has water coming from the ground, so we had to make a dam and we expanded, and now the water is full of. So that's why I even considered this farm, because it has water. So I will not drill water like the other farm that we have drilled the water. So the water is the second and very important thing to consider. Then the third thing is manure, the availability of manure, because this tree will need a lot of manure. Because we are starting, I'll show you each hole need a full bucket of 20 liter. That bucket that has 20 liters. So every hole 20. So for manure is very important. Like in our area here, we buy a lorry, like how much? That is $200 or even $230. So around here. So that's a whole lorry, the big one. That is 7 tons. So that's another thing you need to consider. You better buy, but those who have cows, they have an advantage. Those who have biogas, they also have an advantage. So that's another thing to consider. Then the other thing you are supposed to consider is manpower. Like this work we can't do alone. So you need manpower. And also, you're helping people around you because some of them have no jobs. So you create a job also to other people. So that's also another thing to consider, because when it comes to planting, this is a 5-acre land. So definitely myself and my husband and my kids, we cannot be able to do it all alone. So we need to hire some more people to do this, because after planting now, you only need one person to be checking your farm, to be making sure that water is done and everything is in order, because apple is not something complicated to maintain. You just make sure that the water is done the right way. Those who can do irrigation, those who can do the drip irrigation, the better. Those who can do the furrow irrigation, so whichever way, but you make sure that the land has water and the trees will be able to get enough water. So the other thing now we are considering is what do you call it, is now the birds, because as I talked earlier with the other video, we have an issue of birds, but this one has no issue with the birds because it's a remote area, because this is the time we are trying to plant trees. So that's another thing, because you make sure that your trees, your fruits, because you're doing it for is a business you're doing, make sure that everything is in order. So those are the things to first consider and put in place: fencing, water, manure, and also the manpower needed, because you need it in the beginning. We decided to do gold fruits on this land. Wambugu being the first one, Wambugu apples. Then we have the peach. It's called golden peach. That's the second thing. Then we are going to do dragon fruit, and also we are going to do grapes. This farm, after maybe 6 or 9 months, it will be very different. I'll show you the section that has apples, the section that have peach, the section that have dragon fruit, the section that have grapes. These are golden trees or golden fruits. With these ones, market is not an issue. Definitely you have to sit down and decide whatever I'm doing. We need to bring some returns, because we are doing it as a business. We're not just doing farming, and that's why I decided to concentrate on these trees, because one, the market is very available. We have been getting a contact from Switzerland, Spain, and Netherlands that they need these fruits. So next time I'll be showing a very nice video on a very well attended farm, so you definitely know that we started from here. I don't want to show you the gold first. I want to show you the process to the mining of the gold. So walk with me. We walk together. You that you want to start this gold or this Wambugu apple farming, we can now start together. So me and you, we are on the same ground. So we start off and then we compare the notes. Why also I needed to show you the A to Z of Wambugu apple. There are some challenges that we go through, but you people, you may not know. You have just seen the apple, Kate eating the apple, so crunchy. I wish today I went to the farm and come with the apple. You will be able to see still it's crunchy and sweet. But showing you that fruit, there are some process, there are some challenges, there are some ups and downs. So this is what I wanted you to see, and we walk together. So after planting, after setting the farm, after setting the drip irrigation, after doing applying the manure, after fencing all these, we are going to see, yes, we have planted. What are the challenges that you have been going through? What are the challenges that you can expect from your farm? Because you may plant today and tomorrow you say, these trees are behaving 1, 2, 3. You'll be able to know this is very normal, and you take it easy and know what step to take. So we are going to show you, we will be visiting maybe after every 3 months, we'll be doing a video. Where are our trees? What are the what do you call it? What are the development of these trees? So we'll be able to see some of the trees maybe dying, because this one is natural. So you'll be able to see some of the trees maybe withering. But after withering, what do we do? Maybe affected about something, what do we do? But the only thing that I will assure you, Wambugu apple is a disease resistance. So it doesn't have those diseases and all that. and also the pest. Pest will determine what are you intercropping, because you will also be doing intercropping with the same trees, because like Wambugu, you can intercrop with any crop on the maize. And I will repeat again, on the maize, because the pouring of the maize is poisonous to the flowers of the trees. They will you just seeing your trees, they are flowering so well but aborting because of the maize. So maize is a no, is a no, is a no. So forget about maize. Go and buy 2 bags from the nearest market and have it. So those are the steps that we are going to take. You'll be able to see each step. Work with me and succeed. So we are going to show you the measurement or the spacing of these golden fruits or golden trees. So from one tree to the other and from one low to the other. So from one hole to the other is 2.5 meters, and from one low to the other is 2.5 meters. So it's like square. So you make sure that square is 2.5. But those who want to intercrop with other crops, they can do 3 meters, 3 meters. I think that was, I'm very clear on that. So that was what we are going to do. Because the kind of the irrigation we are using the drip irrigation. We want everything to be in order, because of the, once we align the drip irrigation, they will be giving water as in on a line. So that's why we have to make things. And also good, it's also good to make your farm look smart. So make your farm look smart and attractable. So that's why we are going to make sure if everything is on the line. And also because of intercropping that we are going to be intercropping, because definitely I'll be intercropping. So when you are watering the apple, you can also take advantage on the other things that you are going to intercrop. But that one we also need some more irrigation. Like us, we'll be doing onions, we'll be doing cabbages, because they also bring that kind of mulching. We will be showing you those who will not have the capacity to do the shade net, because the shade net is also very important. This one will help you, the farm, to have that shade. And also, it helps the trees now to feel that warm, even if it's hot. Like this one is, time here is 10 a.m. African time. But it's still very, very hot. You can see I'm sweating. You can imagine by the time 1 p.m. or 1300 hours, it will be damn hot. So for shade net, it's very important, those who can afford it. But shade net in Kenya, like now we have bought for this land, is around Kenya shilling 15,000 or $150 or 12 euros. So that's the average, and there are people who sell them. Maybe once you contact me, I'll give you the contact for the people. It's called Aphrodip. So they have been with us and they can give you at a discounted price. So we are going to make sure that watering is done well, that we are going to use drip irrigation through Grecon. So you see them on the video doing the right thing. We'll take a video, and then those who be able to do the drip irrigation, you follow what you'll be doing. How can I live before I give you a taste of gold fruits? So I had to come here and show you some of the gold fruits that we have been doing, all the progress also, at least a tip for those maybe who don't know what a dragon fruit look like. How do you make a dragon fruit? How do you mix with apples? So when I talk of intercrop, this one will show you how the intercrop will be on the other farm. So this is dragon fruit. Initially, because you cannot be able to see, we have this tire inside to tie, to protect the branching. So it's somewhere there. So, but the fruiting now, this is how the dragon fruit look like when it start fruiting. This is a flowering of dragon fruit. This is a fruiting, and now how this one is the red dragon fruit. We have the yellow one, definitely to be yellowish when it's ripening up. So that is the dragon fruit. So I'm gonna take you through some of these golden fruits and also show you how to do the intercrop. Remember I told you, apple you can intercrop with anything. Down here you'll be able to see so many things happening, but they're not affecting the apples. So this one will give you the real picture of intercrop. Walk with me. And before I forget, today I'll eat with you, definitely. The spacing down here is 3 meters. Why? Dragon fruit will take a bigger space when it is growing. So we had to expand a little bit. So this is the apple, this is the dragon fruit. So this is the lineage of, so you make the line at the center of dragon fruit, and then the apples. You can see the apples is doing so well, flowering so well. And also I talked of drip irrigation. Down here we've done the drip irrigation on this farm, so the water is not wasted in such a farm. So it's also important for you to make sure that the water is well distributed and no wastage of water. Remember, agribusiness is all about you save and you gain. So make sure that the water is not wasted. So it's such a golden fruit. We have just done the drip. We have not done other things inside because of the movement, the putting of manure. And before I forget, those people that are in the areas where the trees or the soil, the trees can be affected by the soil because of pH. So the acidity also matters. So those you can do the soil testing well and good, because so that you're able to know what is missing on the soil. In this farm, we found that the pH was a bit higher. So as you can see the white on the ground, we had to put lime. We would put lime, and then the trees, even if the trees are big, because the drip irrigation, once it touches the lime to go even to the roots. So these are some of the tips that I wanted this time we learn. So in between here, these are the gold fruits. So wow, this one is fruiting so well. This tree, so nice. So now I had to find a ripe apple. Is it some here? Some here. Yes. How can I leave before I show you the crunchiness of Wambugu apples? Never. By the way, it's organic. We don't do chemicals, so don't mind me. I'm a real farmer. Yes, here is the apple, though it's still not ripe so well, but it's nice. How? You need to see, you need to hear, you need to feel the taste. I wish you know how it is feeling. It's nice. It's sweet. So, sorry. Next time, I'll give you one. I'll make sure that you're eating when I'm eating. So this is the fruiting. As you can see, the flowering is so well. And still, as I always say, Wambugu apple will be fruiting all through. So you have what I'm eating. You have big fruits, which are ripe, which are almost ripe, which are small flowers and small fruit. So it's a throughout plant. It will fruit throughout the year. So it's your duty. Make sure that as soon as you harvest, you add more manure. As soon as you harvest, you add more manure. Why? Some of these sizes or some of these stages, because it's to work with stages. Meaning when I'm eating these, the next which is almost ripe, it will be on a hanger. So you need also to make sure that food is supplied. Even you yourself, if you don't eat breakfast, lunch, then means you might not be that healthy. So make the tree healthy and stronger and so good, because with this kind of feeding on the ground and the watering and all that, we'll maintain the fruiting of this tree throughout. This one is guaranteed. We walk around, you see the fruit, big, small, flowers and all that. So the farm should be having manure throughout. You can do cow manure, you can do goat manure, like what we have just left there was goat manure. So you can do chicken manure, you can do pig manure, so very, very good. You can also do rabbit manure. So any kind of manure is accepted. We don't do chemicals on the trees. We don't spray for the sizes. We don't do hormone, not at all. You just let it be. So when you're having it, it's natural, it's crunchy, it's organic, it's healthy. 1 apple a day keeps doctor away. As you can see, I'm healthy.